I think it's time that we in general aviation stood up to the sky-high pricing that occurs at only a few airports. These monopolies where they've taken advantage of the situation of being placed in a public domain called an airport and taking advantage of being a sole provider.
AOPA is calling for investigations at 3 airports for egregious fees, and more are on the way.
AOPA has just filed Part 13 complaints with the FAA about fees and fuel prices at 3 airports: Waukegan Airport in Illinois, Asheville Regional in North Carolina, and Florida's Key West International. These are among the top 5 most complained about airports, and all 3 are Signature monopolies. And Signature makes no bones about seeking a monopoly position to extract extra profit.
You look in their public documents, they point out they're able to charge $2 or sometimes cases $3 or more a gallon when they're the only FBO at an airport. That's in their public documents. And the way they like to pursue their business model is to wind up to be the only FBO over time at these airports. So it makes them very aggressive.
That's not reasonable. That's not right. It's against the rules. It violates the agreement between the FAA and the airport sponsor that the airport will be available for public use on reasonable conditions and without unjust discrimination. The fees and prices at these airports don't pass the test. Park a Cessna 182 overnight at Waukegan, it'll cost you almost $100 if you don't buy gas. And if you do buy avgas, it'll cost you about $6.60 a gallon. That's $2 more a gallon than nearby airports.
They're the sole provider. They have taken a real advantage of the marketplace. And they have a number of those locations. Rochester, Minnesota, here people are flying in cancer patients and angel flights and being charged $200-300 for a ramp fee for 15 minutes. And we've got to follow through on that. That's not right.
If you stop on the ramp, you're going to get charged. You don't have an option, even if you don't need or use any FBO services. And the FAA recognizes that this is a problem they need to fix.
Talked to Michael Werda, mentioned this over the last 6 months with him, saying that we're going to pursue this. We need to use all means necessary to protect our access to these airports. These are public places, which we shouldn't be funneled out of because the fees are too high, and he agrees. He also agrees and further agrees that they have got to do a better job. And we're looking for a new policy to be coming out, be more clear about their enforcement actions.
And as we said earlier, this is just the beginning. In a statement following our filing, Signature said it was committed to fair and transparent pricing. Let's hope they follow through on that. And meanwhile, if you've had a bad experience with too high FBO prices, we want to hear about it. You can report it at the address there on your screen. So this was a big week. A lot going on with these filings of the Part 13 complaints. Have you seen these before?
I haven't seen these particular ones before, but I think it's an important issue, and certainly we all want businesses to make a profit, but it's the egregious pricing.
It is. And the important thing is if we do what's right for pilots, in the end, the rest of the things will solve themselves because the pilot activity will increase and that sort of thing, and all the other financial and profit motives and that sort of thing will be solved if we can just get more pilots flying and be fair about that.
Exactly, and a lot of FBOs do it right.
They do. Yes, that's a good point.